let's start finalizing the upper body. Let's show our controls. Now with as many controls as we have for the upper body, it might seem a little bit tricky to animate, but what we'll do is break it down layer by layer, and we'll start with the center of gravity. So one thing that the character is missing is a good feeling of weight in the upper body as he steps in. So we'll want to add some bops as he does step in. So with the center of gravity control selected, we'll go in and looking at the footsteps, can add that bopping movement. Character steps in with the left leg. We can go to frame 17 and have him move down a little bit here. Maybe on 12 we'll have him move a little bit more up as he's lifting up his leg, moves down. About 21, maybe we'll have him move up. .25, we could have him move down. And already we're starting to see not only a little bit more weight, but we're starting to see a better energy coming from this creature. So when we want to add energy, we can add a little bit of bopping movement to our characters. Let's say we offset this key on 30. As he's slowing down, we'll want to decrease the amount of bop we have. Let's go to about 32. He's moving down on 25, so maybe we could have him move up on 32, a bit higher, and then have him start to move down a little bit more afterwards on about 37. Have him start to just move down, and on about 43 move up as he's moving over. Great. And now let's see how this would look if we were to, on this part of the animation, if we were to have him swoop down as he's shifting over. So we'll want anticipation to it first. Let's take the key on 50, let's bring that to about 48. So we'll have him move up at about 53 for the anticipation. Then as he gets into it, we can have him start to move down on 57. And then at 75, let's have him move up a little bit here. See how that looks. Hit play. Okay, so that's looking pretty good. Hit play again to see if we like it. Alright, it looks like he's moving up and down a little bit too much at around this point here. So what we'll do is just go to 53 and let's say we remove that key. And maybe take the key on 57, move it a few more frames back to about 55 and bring him up here. And then we'll want to, as he's moving into, just start to move down for the swoop. Great. Alright, that's looking pretty good. Can probably exaggerate that a little bit more, bringing that key down. So on 61 we'll bring it down. We do want to keep in mind the principles of animation as we're working on this. Okay, and notice we do get some pulling in the legs we can definitely take care of. So let's go to this right leg. We can adjust our time range. Can move this key maybe 2 frames forward, so it happens a little bit faster. And then we'll address the pulling that we're getting with the next leg, again going maybe about just 1 more frame to our left. Get a little bit more pulling there, so Let's take the key on 67, bring that to 66. Okay, that fixes that. Hitting play, we'll see what we have. Okay, great. Let's look at that back leg to see if there's too much pulling happening there. Kind of appears to snap. Let's select that foot control and take the key on 60, maybe move that down one frame to fix that pulling. Great. Okay, so we'll continue with our center of gravity control. Move our range slider down. He moves up, so we'll want to have him move down afterwards. See on 79, slightly. Okay, up on 87. And he's getting ready to now charge in. So for this, we'll kind of want him to raise up his body a little bit higher as he's preparing to charge in. So we've gone ahead and moved him up a little bit on 87. Maybe we can take this key and move this back a few more frames. And we'll hit play, see if we like what we're getting. Alright, I think that's looking good. So now as the character starts to charge in, we'll again add some bops here. So he's already raising up on 105 as he's coming in. We have him lowering already as he's stepping in and then raising up. So let's see if we even add anything here, if we can call this good to go. Maybe we could have him on 110 actually move down a little bit more to have that movement happen a little bit faster, to add to the intensity. And then on 121 we can have him raise up a little bit higher here, and then have him move down before he, or right at the strike on 129. Okay, then going to the end of the animation, we have him move down and then move back up. So let's have him move down just a little bit at the end to finish this suspension that we're getting, to have him just ease out. Alright, great. So if we were to hide our controls and look at this again, we can see, just double check to make sure we're satisfied with what we're seeing. We'll start over the animation, hit play. Alright, so now the character looks a little bit more alive. Great. We'll double check this looking at a different angle. Alright, so with this now done, we can start adding a little bit more detail by working on our thorax controls and patelle. It might look interesting if we have them moving as the legs are moving. Okay, not too much, but just enough where this doesn't look too rigid, which is something we definitely want to stay away from in 3D animation. So we'll stop the lesson here, and in the next lesson we'll start working on the thorax and patelle.